Previously on Roll Britannia. And what you have before you is a turtle. And this turtle says to you, it says, "Hey.
Hello.
What are you for doing here?"
We've had a little bit of a rough day.
The name's Qua.
Could you
draw us a map?
I tell you what, in exchange for my tail, I ask only one thing of ye. When the time comes, you will have a choice to save someone who perhaps you would not want to save. Spare their life.
Done.
Following Quat's map, it's fairly easy to find your way to the Cranberry farm. All the workers you can see are in fact goblins. Out of the corner of your eye as you're walking up, you see one of the cranberry farming goblins reach down and scoop up a sort of shiny object out of the water and show it to one of his cranberry friends.
Well, howdy. What are y'all doing here in my patch?
Do you own this farm?
Do I own this farm? Sure do. The name's Patience. You see, I haven't seen the governor in a good long while. That's his house up there on yonder hill, and, well, he's not been at it. So I don't know, but I suspect he's not been coming home. You're welcome to come over to the farmhouse with me and see my husband, Henry. He should be in the kitchen right about now. We've got out some good old grub for you.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yep. All caught up? Good. Let's get back to the action. Welcome back. We're going to jump straight into the action now. The guys are in the farmhouse, and you are all talking to Patience and her husband, Henry, who's baking up a storm. Henry says,
"Well, howdy. Patience here tells me you fellers are wandering around in the cranberry field."
Sir, would you like to update this gentleman on our investigation?
Investigation, it's not really much of an investigation, I feel. It's more of a just a quick hello and introduce ourselves. We're here on official business from the governor, just to sort of see how things are going.
roll deception at disadvantage because Patience is there.
4 is 16.
And at disadvantage.
Roll again, Sam.
Roll again, take the lowest one.
Oh, then, yeah, that was the lowest one. The first one was 13, and then I rolled a 10, but I've got plus 6.
Okay. So, yeah, no,
Wicked.
that. You've managed to convince Henry. So Henry's obviously a conspiracist.
Patience going.
Well, Patience, you didn't tell me we had official government business here.
And Patience slaps him around the head and said,
"Come out of it, Henry. These fellers ain't from the government."
Well, that was short-lived. Derek, maybe stop pushing me forward. You can take this one now. They don't believe us.
It doesn't matter whether they don't believe us. We know the truth, and the truth shall out.
Exactly, which is why you should protect me. I'm going to duck back, and I hide behind the other 3 of them.
What my senior officer means is, thank you for inviting us into a lovely home. It looks like a nice spread you've put on here for us.
It's mighty fine if you are minded for cranberries, of course.
Oh, I'd love them. It's better than the last place we went. Some turtle man gave us some strange tea.
You encountered old Quad. He's a good old feller. He keeps himself to himself mostly. He's, as they say, a bit of a loner. Same too could be said for the old governor these days. You see, he's not been home too often, as my wife has probably told you. He's seems to be spending his whole time at the fort.
Henry, have you seen somebody called the Fugitive?
You mean from the radio?
Yes.
I sure hear about that feller. Runs about the place as I understand it, but never so far as to come to the cranberry fields.
If I may be so bold, what's your opinion on the radio station and the contests that they run? It seems like almost everybody we meet knows somebody that's gone to the fort but never returned.
Well, you see, the winners of the competition here, they go and win themselves into that there gated community, as they say, and, well, why would you ever want to leave that place? It's, as they call, a paradise.
Have you been to the gated community?
If I'd been to the gated community, I wouldn't be here, young man, because I'd never want to leave. They say that cranberries flow from the taps themselves. Why would ever man want to leave that place and go pick cranberries from a field when you could have them on tap?
It's very true.
Point,
It's very
that's what
true.
we've heard.
Got a fair
It's making
point.
me thirsty, if anything.
You say that the governor, he spends all his time at the fort.
Well, one can only assume as much because he hasn't traveled back past the farm in a long time to get to his house. You see the path yonder there? And he points out the window to a track visible just at the far end of the land that you can see. Well, that road there leads only to one place, you see, young man. That leads all the way to the governor's house. And I ain't seen naught but hide nor hair. Nothing traveling up there, no sir. Not no reason, not no how.
Does the governor have any help?
I'm sure a
At the
young man
house.
has many a help at the house. He's a wealthy man. But like I say, haven't seen no one traveling, so maybe they all at the fort with him. Only way to tell, I suppose, would be to go there, but you're only welcome there with an invitation to the governor himself.
Is there no other way in that you know?
Do you know anybody that's won this radio contest or received an invitation from the governor?
Not personally, no, but you hear stories of men of winners. Sooner or later, eventually, they say the whole island will be inside the gated community, and then we will, as you say, be all outside of the gated community again, just in much nicer houses.
Right.
Out of curiosity, have you seen any movement whatsoever at the governor's house? You mentioned that there was no movement directly from the governor, and you've not seen him, but has there been any people going in or out whatsoever?
We've not seen no traffic, no way, no how going down that lane, so either everybody is still there or nobody is still there.
Right, okay.
You
no
seem
movement
to
at
be,
the windows.
you and your wife,
Patience.
sorry for not addressing her as well, Patience, but both of you seem fairly knowledgeable about, this island, and I just wanted to basically inquire, these angels that work for the radio station, are they girls from the village that have been sort of given this job, or did they just turn up one day?
It's not something I pay much mind to myself. It's they don't do much for the old Cranberry farm itself, and as you can tell from all the folks around here, we are a goblin community. We used to all work in the mines, and since that closed down by my grandpappy himself, we have been farming the cranberries ever since.
On the island, where are the mines? Are the mines underneath the fort?
The mine's on the far side of the town, just in the cliffs underneath where the fort itself is built.
Can you...
That might be a way in.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, I see.
So Henry, can you get from the mines up into the fort?
The mines go very deep underground, but the fort itself is built on top of the cliff, as you can see. And mines, in my experience, tend to go in what we call in the trade down.
I agree. But there's no way you can get up. No. Well, how did you get into the mines? Was that the only one way in and only one way out?
Well, it's funny you ask me that, sir, because the official way was closed off a long time ago. But if someone were so minded, I might be convincible to tell of a special way we used to have to get into the mines themselves, without, as they say, a detection. But my mind is so foggy these days. I need some sort of reassurance for my mind, something to stimulate the neurons.
What would encourage you to part with such information, should you have it at all?
Well,
to tell somebody in confidence what might, hypothetically speaking...
At this point, Patience walks over to Henry and says, "Henry, you are not prepared for this kind of negotiation." And so they have a quick squabble in Goblin. And
What do they say, Keth? Keth, what do
they're
they say?
just out of earshot of Keth. And
I'm
then
leaning in,
eventually, Henry turns back to him and he says,
He's got a
"My
cup
wife,
to the wall.
as the owner of this farm, has informed me that I am to tell you what you want to know in exchange for a purse of gold." to the value of 500 gold pieces. You see, that, my friend, is enough for us to pay the entire workforce for the remainder of the year. As I understand, those who wish to get into the fort are doing so for significant gains.
The thing is, sir, coming to this island, we've had to travel quite light. Now, not saying we don't have access to such a sum, but it is stored offshore. Would two questions spring to mind, actually. Would you accept the equivalent in valuable items or precious stones, for example?
Precious stones may be acceptable.
Perhaps any valuable ornaments that we might recover in our travels?
I'm afraid, my friend, it is a payment up front.
Henry, what's your
payment
policy
up
on
front
taking checks?
before we go to the mine.
A cashier's checks only, sir.
Oh, well, I used the last of my traveller's checks at Nancy's, but...
You should be careful with those. They can get stolen. You should be careful with those, Jared.
Speaking of Nancy's,
I'd stick to cash next time.
have you heard anything from Nancy, re the competition?
Have I heard anything from Nancy?
Why don't you discuss the matter amongst yourselves? We have all the time in the world.
Absolutely. Before we depart to, just chat amongst ourselves, I couldn't help but noticing that you've had a bumper cranberry crop
Certainly,
this
sir,
year.
we have done very well.
It seems like business is going quite well. Why exactly then would you need such a large sum of money to pay
you
your
see, sir,
workforce?
if we can pay the workforce, then we can lower our prices for our cranberry and price out our main competition by lowering the cost of our cranberry juice and cranberry pie.
And who would that main competition be? Seems like you're the only cranberry farm on the island.
Certainly are, sir, but we're not the only cranberry farm in the region.
Visibly excited, I think we coalesce.
Guess who's seeing another cranberry farm on another island?
This is where we have to promise to burn the other cranberry farm when we find it.
Yeah, it's a good point.
To take out the competition.
Genuinely, we could do that, though.
We could make this a thing.
Jeff, I think that's a wonderful idea, and I've been meaning to get back to my old business practices, if you know what I'm talking about.
So are you guys going to let's have a quick discussion. What are you guys going to do about this money? Are you going to leave it? Are you going to go? Are you going to pay the man? What's happening?
Let's go and have a chat, see if we can
I
raise
think
funds.
I currently have I think I've got 10 gold to my name.
I think I've got a fair bit of gold, but I think maybe our best bet of getting in is probably Nancy's and the competition.
Or finding a fugitive.
We definitely need to go to the governor's house, though.
Yeah,
as
I
well.
feel like we need to check
Well,
that
I think
out.
the reason is I wanted to ask if there was definitely any movement is because there's probably going to be no one there.
Of course, yeah.
True.
Well,
Because you think he'd have servants and stuff, right?
you know that there's going to be somebody
Yeah.
there, surely.
Yeah, but they're going to be it's going to be another fucking guy.
There's going to be something
I
there.
hate it.
There will be something there.
There
course there
will
will.
be something there, but
I just like the fact that it gets us.
maybe it's something that we can handle, though.
Has anyone noticed the beautiful ornate stone dragon fountain out the front of the governor's house?
Just laughing.
It's so lifelike.
Just laughing at me.
Keeps throwing sticks at Keth.
Should we try and haggle him down? How much have we got altogether? We've got 350. I've got hardly anything.
I've got basically nothing. I spent all mine at Argos. Yeah,
No, okay, let's bin that idea.
I don't think I've got anything.
The only other angle I thought is if we can try and find this Betty,
350.
make the workforce happy another way. No, it's straw clutching at its finest. Right.
What about offering to burn down the other cranberry farm?
Ooh.
We could do, but then
seems our best
it's
bet.
payment. He said payment up front. So I don't think he'd be willing to part with that information until
We
we've done
could
it.
just.
You know what I mean?
All right, okay. Let's bin this idea. We haven't got the cash.
I think, yeah.
Lads, I'll make you a deal.
Come on, car sales.
I'll make you a deal. I'll cover it. I'll cover this one.
How much do you have?
I was pretty stingy in Argoose, let's face it, and pretty keen on other bits of our journey so far. that was on a higher level than we are currently because we're below sea level or whatever. So that was what I meant by other levels. Anyway, I'll cover this version. This quest.
What a natural turn of phrase you've employed.
Sheriff.
Hey lads, I got an idea. I'll do you a deal. I'll cover this amount, this 500 gold. But anything that we encounter between here and the fort, say in the mines, if anyone finds any shiny stones, looking at you, Derek, they come to me.
Look,
is that not?
I'm a thief, but I respect the laws of dibs. Okay.
Just because he's a bad guy doesn't mean he's a bad
That's
guy.
very honourable.
Bad guy. No, absolutely not.
Amazing.
Well, pay the man.
So you're going to pay the man. Okay.
Get him down to 400.
So you hand over.
Get him down to 400. Come on. Haggle him down.
Okay. Are we going to try and haggle then?
It's your
Go on,
money.
Do you have a decision?
Listen, okay. So we've had a little chat.
Oh, hold
and we've
on, my
said
friend. I
that
have
we
to take this out of the
appreciate that
oven.
you've-
And he reaches round and takes another pie out of the oven just to put on the shelf.
Henry, do you have any
Sorry, young
cranberry
man.
juice?
Carry on. I cannot abide a burned pie.
How many window shelves does he have?
Yeah, there's lots of windows.
Henry, do you have any cranberry
This
juice
is
unparched?
So
Certainly, sir. And he pulls from a cool cupboard a pitcher of cranberry juice and a goblet.
Flagon.
Pours you a goblet of cranberry juice and says, "Oh, there you are, sir. Now, young man, what exactly do you propose is going to happen now?"
Sergeant.
So my proposal here. Just give him a sly look over and raise the glasses of Horatio Kane just to sort of glance Keth a sort of look.
I suppose you haven't taken them
and
off.
then drop them back down as I. No, not at this point. I'm fully wearing them at all points for that nice glow that you get. So I've turned around. As I turn back round to face the southern gent, I put the glasses back down. I say, we've had a chat, and at this point, we feel that 500, whilst we can appreciate you've got a figure in your head, we had a figure in our head. Now, we were looking at more of a 250 sort of round, but we'll go for 300. What do you think?
Sir, you insult me. 500 gold pieces.
So 300
is the offer. Take it, or as they say, leave it.
Okay, there's one final thing. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of us. That's 400. And if for some reason at the end of it, we'll come back and we can either do a little bit of damage to one of your competitors en route because we apparently might be heading in their direction. Heard Captain Timbers mentioning something, and he said we might be heading towards another cranberry farm at some stage.
Derek cracks his knuckles to emphasise the point.
I'll just roll my neck.
So 400. But if for some reason we could do some damage, or what my best proposal would be 400 right now, and to give you a final good day of labour, my man Keth here, who speaks Goblin, will go out and rouse your troops with a passionate, motivational speech.
Sir,
That's what happens when you drop me in
sir,
there,
you
Keth.
have yourself
Well
a
played.
deal. And he spits in his hand and holds his hand out to you.
I spit in Keth's hand and shake it with Keth's hand.
Oh, that was unconventional, but I'll take it. And holds out his other hand for some gold.
Give him 400 gold.
In a bag, I assume. Or you just hand
Counting them out one by
count them
one.
out.
One by one.
Two. Keth, this could take a while. You're up.
Yeah, so
4,
apparently, Keth, you now have to do a
5,
rousing speech to the
6,
goblins.
How exactly are cranberries made? And then Jeff loses count.
9,
Yeah, when he got to about 300 and something.
1,
he's-
2.
381, 382.
So I'll lumber off outside then.
6, 7, 405.
Right, I want to hear this rousing goblin speech
Okay,
then.
right.
8, 409.
Goblins, you are the masters of this. These aren't cranberries. These are your enemies. You're better than these. They're laughing at you, sitting there, lazing around in the ground. You're better than this. You're better than your competitors. You're better than your friends. You're better than the governor. You're better than anyone in that gated community. I want you to pick those cranberries like you've never picked anything before. Handfuls, armfuls for your family, for your ancestors. Are you with me?
Cranberries!
Well, that was certainly a bizarre speech, but very rousing. Gentlemen, if you are searching for a way into the mines, my advice to you is to go to the old mine offices and search the floor area underneath the foreman's desk. You will find there a notch in the wood. Press that notch, and a door will open to you.
It's not going to have any traps laid for anybody who might venture in, will it?
Sir, when we left the mine, we simply closed the door.
Did we establish a reason why the mine closed down? They said it may have.
He said his grandfather closed it. No, he said but he said his grandfather. He said his grandfather closed it, right? But the turtle tortoise guy, I couldn't quite hear. I was still sort of coming around a little bit. I couldn't from my deafness, but I'm pretty sure that he said that they didn't know why it just sort of ran out of stuff to mine. But he said his granddad closed it, so he's got to know.
Just before we go, and thank you for your hospitality and the information, I just wondered, with such a thriving mine, why transition to cranberry farming? Why did the mine close down?
Well, you see, sir, the thing about a mine is that eventually the thing you are mining runs out.
What was that?
We used to mine opals, and
German folks?
they plumb ran out.
And this was when your grandfather was.
Sir, I worked in the mine too, as did my father and his father and his father.
You went from opals to fruits. That sounds like a sweet type of...
Trying to maneuver.
I love when you guys get my little
joke.
jokes.
Amazing.
I love when you guys get my little joke.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
That is next level. Okay, well, thank you for... and may I say, what a good deal maker you are. I'm sure this business is going to thrive for
Well, this has been a
decades to come,
mutually
especially-
beneficial arrangement for both of us. I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors. If you will pardon me, I have to get back to my cranberry cooking.
Before we leave, just a quick question. What would be the worst thing to go wrong on a cranberry farm? Just for when we visit your competitors, what sort of thing should we employ?
Shark attack? I don't know. Just something that would...
Okay.
Disturb,
Maven
destroy, or
slaughter.
otherwise.
Yeah, that's fine.
The people, the cranberries, the machinery, anything that will disrupt the business.
So there's not a particular type of pest or fungi that you...
Well, there's a cranberry hedgehog. They're
I'm sorry.
pretty renowned for their...
I'm sorry, it sounded like you just said there was a cranberry
you must
hedgehog.
Where can we find these?
Certainly, sir, they are both spiky and voracious.
See the colour
They
of a
eat
cranberry?
and skewer cranberries for later.
Like,
Imagine, if you will,
well,
a 70s melon and cheese affair, but with cranberries.
Shiny, are they?
It's a
Excellent.
walking tapas bar.
They dive into the cranberry bushes and they skewer as many cranberries as they can
dive.
before scurrying away, covered in a cranberry.
like a tasty tumbleweed.
You, sir, have the measure of the moment. Now I must get back to my cranberry roasting.
Well, thank you for your hospitality.
Thank you,
enjoy.
Henry. Good luck with the workforce. They'll be
Right,
fine.
lads, we've got all weekend from here. And Patience, thank you for yours.
You're very welcome, sir.
You're a virtue.
That's not the first time I heard that joke myself. I'll be much obliged if you would get the hell off my land. All same to you.
It's not the first time I've told it.
Gents, let's bounce.
Oh, fuck.
She's not as impressed with us, lads. Let's leave.
So I think, where are we headed now? The governor's mansion.
Yeah.
Not the mine.
I do with a mine.
I think governor's first and then the mine, because I think the mine goes into the
does.
fort, right?
It's under the fort. Oh, the governor's mansion sounds gargoyle.
It might be something to nick.
So you're going to head up the road to the governor's mansion then?
Or go directly through that really awkward looking bit of wilderness. Because we could go straight.
Approach through the trees.
As the crow flies.
I'm first.
Okay.
Because there's some sort of weird looking little house or potential thing.
Yeah.
Like a large book, something like that.
It is actually just a book.
I'd
It's
be
an open
interested.
book.
Is that Malrus's spell book?
It's a sculpture of a book.
Your spell book is so enormous, it's visible
The
from,
largest spell book ever.
Google Earth.
Space.
That's what he's checking every time he goes, I've got a spell for that. He's just zooming in on Google Earth going, oh yeah, I've got a spell for that.
Oh, hey, it's me, James. Just pausing for a quick second for a few quick messages, then I promise we'll be right back to find out what happens next. As always, I want to say a massive thank you from all of us for taking the time to listen to Roll Britannia. We know there are a lot of choices out there, so thanks for giving ours a go. And if you are enjoying it, why not hit subscribe and leave us a review? Reviewing our podcast helps us stand out from the crowd and tells other people like you that our show is worth a listen. Plus, it gives us a warm, fuzzy feeling. And that's good. Did you know you can also find us on Facebook by searching Roll Britannia Podcast, on Twitter at Roll Britannia, and on Instagram at roll.britannia, where you can see extra content from the shows and send us a message, ask us questions, and let us know what you think about the show. Also, call outs to all DMs out there in the podcast world. There's a new Facebook page. It's called D&D Podcast Zone. It's a place where Dungeons & Dragons podcast creators, artists and fans can discuss, share and find their favourite Dungeons & Dragons podcasts. Just search D Podcast Zone and join in the conversation. Anyway, thanks again for listening. Let's get back into it. So you tell me what you're doing, guys.
Okay. Yeah. I won't go up the path. It smells of ambush. So let's go and check out the massive book on the way to the governor's mansion.
That is a quote, if ever I've heard it.
You guys are heading through the sort of puby bit, through the trees.
Deep within the pube jungle.
Towards the governor's house. And you've opted not to take the open path that sort of sweeps round in a beautiful, graceful arc up towards the governor's house, and instead are going what we shall call cross-country.
Through the wilderness.
Talk to me, what are you doing?
Well, at least we'll make it through.
They're relentless.
So terrible. I mean, Keth, do you want to lead the way since you're...
I'll lead the way.
Nature boy.
Jeff, no piggybacks this time.
Not a problem, nature boy.
Is it my
Are
turn?
you trying to be stealthy, or are you just what's happening?
Oh, the very fact that you've asked that suggests that it's a good idea.
Yes.
It's up to you. You tell me what you're doing.
Going from...
I want to find that book, so I don't think I'd be stealthy at this point unless told otherwise. That's who I am.
Right.
I'd just be walking towards that.
So we're heading straight
Stealth.
through.
I'm going to vote for stealth. Let's try and sneak
Jeff's
away
not
through.
being Jeff's not being stealthy. Anyone else? Is anyone not being stealthy, or is everyone else being stealthy?
I will be stealthy.
Yeah, I'd like to be stealthy as well, but
Malrus is always stealthy.
my
Yes.
quick question would be, does the path to the governor's mansion, does it like curve up like a hill?
It does, yeah. It sort of leads up the hill. Yep.
So sort of when we get to a certain point, like...
Is everyone being stealthy
then,
then, other than me?
Yes.
Yep. You're not. So you're stamping.
So
through
I'm
the
going
woods.
up. Okay, at this point, can I like turn around and be like, everyone's being stealthy?
Well, we haven't done our stealth checks yet, so we don't know.
No. Yep.
That's true.
Everyone that's trying to be stealthy, if you can all roll stealth, please.
Crunch.
That's a nat 20.
Derek
19.
disappears.
Rolling. Rolling.
It's like I'm like that.
A natural solar flare blinds everyone on the island from Derek's appearance.
I'm like that Green Berets advert. You know, where it's like the eyes just open in the darkness.
23 for me.
Oh dear.
What was your roll, Malrus?
8.
8.
I from my concealed position, I pat Malrus on the shoulder, and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck was that?" It's okay, but
So here's the scene. All four of you are making your way through the little the small jungly kind of area up towards the governor's house. And Keth and Derek, you've kind of looked at each other and silently exchanged thoughts that perhaps it would be a good idea to. I mean, you do the whole hand gestures of and look, stay frosty and all that.
Little
hand
fish,
signals.
big fish, cardboard
Yeah,
box.
and you just sort of melt away into the jungle area. Jeff, completely oblivious to this, is stomping through, not trying to be quiet at all.
Go to the governor's
And
house.
Malrus, who turned to see you and see Derek and Keth melt away, thinks, "Oh, that's a good idea," and attempts to do so, but steps on a very dry stick that makes a very loud cracking
I
noise.
thought you were about to say steps on a landmine.
Steps on a landmine, and Malrus is dead. So no,
Not
Leaps
yet.
into the air
Not
and
yet.
spreads himself over a wide area.
yes, he jumps several years. What are you doing, Baldric? What? Carving my name on a bullet, sir.
Then I
And
play.
yes,
Boom, 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 boom.
boom, boom, boom.
I've just had a sip
enough
of my
references.
beer, and Christ, it
You
is warm.
see, I can roll bad.
Oh my god.
So back to the story. And the two of you who aren't being stealthy very quickly come across a well-made building that, for all intents and purposes, screams security hut.
Not a giant.
And not a giant book, although it is made of a giant book. No, and
You should never judge a security hut by its cover.
As soon as I see it, can I go into stealth mode? As soon as I see it, I would like to now do stealth. Be like, oh!
it may be a bit late for that,
Hide behind
Jeff,
a tree.
as you weren't being stealthy, and Malrus failed to be stealthy. So, I want to roll one of these.
I just like the fact you
4 guards have poked their heads or otherwise stepped out of the door to the security hut to look in your direction and have seen you.
Do they see
Use
all
your
4 of
badge.
us?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think, should I just put the badge on and be their
And they
leader?
say, "What ho, good citizen?
okay. What ho?
What are you doing here?
What ho?
We've been
This is the
travelling-
governor's house."
I told you, mate. We made the wrong turning left back there. We were trying to. We're campers, and we're just trying to sort of go finding. And we went into the forest and suddenly popped out here. So sorry about that. Is there a new place, like a big house nearby, maybe that we could get some new rations for the night or something?
Well, I say, sir, you need to be heading back towards the town. You see, if you haven't got business with the governor, then you can't come through.
I sort of look at Malrus. What?
Can I use a spell?
Yes.
Well, that very much depends
you
what you're
asking
planning
me?
to do.
Yes, you can, Malrus.
I mean, I'm sure you can use it. It is
I
the
don't
magical
like
world
it.
of D&D, Malrus. You can do what you like.
I'm not a big person. If you're asking me, Malrus, I'm not a big fan of when you use your magic, but it has proved useful on certain occasions. So, if you feel you can, maybe, I don't know, maybe don't.
All right, then I won't. Well, shall we head back, or shall we?
Derek.
Sorry, lads.
doing?
We'll head back round this way. We'll head back towards town. You say? I think we then turn round and.
I'm sure
walk
they must
back.
have a plan for this.
Do you think we should sneak up behind them?
There's nod one forming in my head.
Something?
Where are Keth and I in relation to the 4 guards?
You tell me, where are you?
Is it so? Okay, so
You've been sign languaging for the last 5 minutes on screen. Me and Malrus have been dying to know what the hell you've been up to.
So this hut is in a clearing, or is
not really. It's just sort of, it's it's mostly in the jungle, but one side of it is sort of exposed to the main road. So you're quite near the edge of it, but much like a security checkpoint, there is a kind of barrier across the road with this hut attached to it.
And are we on the same side of the road as
kind
the hut, or are we across the road?
You are on the same side of the road as the hut,
okay.
yes.
I think... How many are there that we can see? 4.
Four, yes. 4 that you can see.
The map. Okay. I think...
Thank God we found a
I
turtle
signal
that
to
could draw.
Keth. And basically, I'm going to try and signal to Keth, like, we take 1 hostage.
What does it mean?
Threaten the others. I don't know. I just love them. And given Stockholm syndrome, in time, they'll love me too. So they're currently being told to go back to the
Yes, they
town.
are, yeah.
I'm guessing we've got all
I guess.
trying to make a big scene so that they're obviously all 4 eyes of the guards, all 8 eyes of the guards are on us.
So the guards that you can see, to describe the scene, they're all wearing a kind of fairly smart-looking uniform. They're quite burly. 3 of them are human. One of them is looks like it's got some elvish blood, but if at most is half elf, but possibly not even that. And they're all carrying muskets and have a short sword of sorts in a sheath on their belt.
My instinct is to attack, but...
And while these 4 are definitely holding their firearms, they're not and they're not pointing them at you. They're not at Malrus and Jeff. They're not pointing them at you, but they're certainly raised in their direction. So it's not we're taking aim to shoot. They're sort of holding them in a sort of Malrus and Jeff direction to say, look, we could very easily be moving into the we're going to shoot position.
Oh, I don't know what to do.
Lads, guys, I've noticed that you've got those attractive cut. I'm just going to keep ad-libbing, giving a little bit of time for Derek and Keth to be building up a bit more of a plan, it seems. Because that nothing's happened and we're slowly back into the trees. It's like, should we? No, not yet. Clearly not quite ready to action that plan.
I start making my way. Through the trees, stealthy as I can, till I'm within range of them. I'm just going to start making my way towards the hut, like in the trees.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you're all within range. It's just you are all very much within range. You stayed mostly as a group, but the 2 of you were very well stealthed and sort of probably a bit more spread out. You fanned out.
I would like to.
Whereas we like to call ourselves the decoy team.
I would like to roll a deception check to basically go and put on a girly voice and go, oh my God, help me.
Okay, roll deception then. I'm gonna have to find us.
So you've gone with another distraction.
So the distraction is being distracted with a distraction, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not only did I decide to employ a second distraction unnecessarily, I also rolled a nat 1 on my deception check to do so.
The second I hear the failed scream, I want to turn in and run. I just want to turn and walk off.
Well, I'm gonna roll just in case.
Yeah. Nat 20. Please be a nat 20. I don't want it to be a nat 20. It's definitely going to be a nat 20.
Yeah.
That is the reaction of a nat 20 right there.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
God. What does that do for my nat 20 stealth?
All the guards immediately turn to face the precise direction in which Derek is currently hiding, pretending to be a damsel in distress, and lock eyes with you.
I guess it worked then.
And they do, in fact, raise their muskets and they shout to you, "Halt! Who goes there?"
I I come out of the trees, hands above my head.
This is not going well.
I've drawn my cutlass and I'm aiming it towards the same direction as where Derek is to sort of try and suggest to the guards we're still the people we suggest we are, and we're concerned about what's coming out as well.
A roll deception.
I walk out.
18 plus 2 plus my 4. Yeah, 24. Bring it.
As he does that...
21.
No, 21. As he does that, I walk out. Deception. As he does that, I'd like to walk out and go, how dare you buggers ruin my plan? And towards, like, Malrus and Jeff and go, if it weren't for you interlopers, I would have robbed these fools blind.
You plan to rob us? Right.
This is going to shoot you.
You've got all sorts of arms.
Is this where we're going to have to kill Derek?
Don't move. Don't move. Alan, go and tie his hands. And the half-elf kind of looking one lowers his musket and slowly, cautiously approaches you and pulls out a small length of rope at the same time as though he's preparing to tie your wrists.
Can I wait till the last possible
the
moment?
irony that the hostage taker is about to become the hostage.
Yeah, boy. Can I wait till the last possible moment to try and grapple him and just reverse the thing on him and pull a blade to his throat?
I think if this is going to happen, we are going to end up in initiative here. So if this is what we're doing, you're going to have to roll initiative.
Okay. Rolling.
Let's do it. I think it's time for Bill Snakespeare.
18. Oh, 20 initiative.
No, this happens every time we have an initiative roll. I'm never better at D&D.
21.
Okay. Hold on. I've
15.
got to put my order in.
Screw you, Keth, and your ability to get higher than the
I've got a
dice.
19 plus 2.
I'm not even sure I actually came into the room, but I think I've got a 9.
9? Okay.
Honestly,
Has your new stance helped your rolling at all?
It's helped it's helped airflow. Let's
Well, that's quite a good idea.
It's so hot that Chip has decided to stand for the rest of the recording. So,
benefit of having a Rode mic. Rode good mic.
It wouldn't be as bad if he wasn't naked from the waist down.
yeah, that is quite
He was
disturbing
at
for us.
home. It looks like Winnie the Pooh.
We can see Chip.
Well,
and
you can
Little
see
Chip
my
at the same
honeypot
time.
anytime, Keth.
He looks like a sad elephant.
Okay, so the top of the order,
That's why Eeyore
I make
so
that,
sad.
and quite fittingly, because he's still stealthed, is Keth.
Right, okay.
So, do you remember how we know how combat works? You don't have to take your move if you don't want to. You can
been so
choose
long.
to delay it. You can choose to take an attack action. You can choose to take all sorts of action. I think I sent you over a sort of flow chart, but if you're still new to the game, you're still trying to understand it, basically you take it in turns now, and there's a whole variety of actions they can take. Attacks, reactions, movement. There's things you can do that don't take an action, like free actions. They can choose to prepare an action. You can choose to defer your turn altogether and wait and drop yourself in later in the order. So there's a whole variety of things. What are we doing, Keth?
I am going to do 2 attacks here, because I think I can. Because I'm going to involve Bill Snakespeare. And...
Oh dear.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, that's going to work well.
Do you have 2 attacks?
That's the thing. I don't know if I send him on his way, he's doing his
'Cause if
thing,
you-
then do I just watch
Yeah.
him? And then I
Okay.
can do something whilst that's going on.
Like a proud Papa Bear.
Couldn't really get to the bottom of this.
I'm not sure, because it depends if he's just flitting about doing his thing, or whether you're actively throwing him at someone. Because if Bill Snakespeare is acting as an independent party, realistically he should be throwing a initiative roll as well.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
If you're
Yeah,
going to
okay.
want to like level him up, then I reckon he needs his own
Right.
bit.
Okay.
He
doesn't
needs
he?
the XP, mate.
Okay, so roll initiative for William Snakespeare.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on, little buddy. Okay. A 10.
10.
Better than me.
Does he get to use
Actually-
my initiative bonus?
I think
no.
he uses his own.
I think he would use his own, yeah. I don't
He
have
doesn't
his
have any
dexterity?
bonuses.
I love
looks
the
like
like
he
the
has, yeah.
idea that
No, it
that
isn't.
if he dies, you're gonna have to call him like Arthur Miller or like Alfred Tennyson or something else, like Tennessee Williams the Snake.
Right. Okay. So we'll get if Bill Snakespeare is acting independently, we'll get to his turn in a number of turns' time.
Okay, so in that case then, I'm going to aim for Alan.
I'm going to sit down.
Alan,
So Keth is-
the one approaching. Okay, cool. Let's go for it.
I'm going to reach behind my back, pull up my musket, which has never failed me so far. Take aim down the sights, breathe out, and squeeze off around straight at his head.
Okay. Roll to hit him,
Shoot
please.
to kill. God, this
Just
went
go
not
straight for the
succeed in a
head,
very
don't
long
we?
time. Yeah.
Just masochist.
We just love killing. Guys,
This
we're
one's
not.
the
We
eight.
might be the protagonists, but we're not heroes.
Oh, it's the
We're not
21st
good
NEA,
people.
isn't it?
Yeah.
The boat may have started this journey,
Yeah,
but the
21st
blood
and the
keeps
eight.
us together.
Yeah.
Right. 17 was on the D20.
Yeah, that hits.
That hits. And then I get a bonus. I get a +2 bonus to any attack roll because of my archery skill.
Okay, well, you've already done your attack roll, so.
Now, I have rolled a 4 for my,
Okay.
my 1d8.
Okay, so that's 4 damage.
Cool. And it also says here +2 for piercing.
6 piercing damage.
Very nice.
So I pierced his head.
So
for
you
6.
fire off your musket, and it's the shot rings out across the glade from an area none of the guards had seen you from, but they do see you now. And Alan, who was approaching Derek, takes a large slug to the shoulder, which knocks him ever so slightly sideways and a little bit off balance. And up next is...
Oh shit! I forgot to add. My initiative should have been 19, but never mind. I forgot about it.
Oh,
Never mind.
that doesn't actually move you anyway.
Doesn't make any difference.
Okay, fair enough.
That doesn't
Fair enough.
actually move you, so don't worry about it.
It was it's a swashbuckler skill that I just forgot about.
Are you doing anything else, Keth?
I am now going to... Yep, I'm going to move 10 feet to my right. Change position
Okay.
for that muzzle flash.
Okay, so at the moment,
Scroll down.
let's. I just want to sort of draw a picture of where we're all standing. We've got 3 guards that are just sort of stood just outside their hut, with Alan, who is sort of a little bit more towards the trees on the right hand side, a little bit closer to the governor's house. Stood very near to Derek, although now bleeding, and. Malrus and Jeff are stood sort of on the town side of the hut, sort of a couple of feet apart. And I'm assuming that, Keth, you were sort of between Jeff and Derek, as it were, sort of in the tree line. So you had kind of a good vision of everything. So you've kind of got almost a semicircle around them, and then there's the 3 and the 1 of the guards around the hut. Yeah? So we're all kind of clear of where everyone stood. Perfect. Okay, and that means Alan is up next, having just taken a shot, and he is going to return fire.
Ooh.
And he rolls a 5, so he's not going to hit you. So he fires off into the jungle in the direction of the muzzle flash. He just saw out the corner of his eye, but doesn't actually land anywhere near you, Keth, because he still doesn't actually see you. And up next is Malrus.
I am going to going to get my gun,
Okay.
point it at the nearest person.
You've got 3 together, or Alan by himself.
I'll go for the elf-looking person.
Alan. Well, Alan's
Yeah.
having a bad day. Yeah. Okay, you're going to aim at Alan
What
then.
happens when you get a name in
Yeah.
this character? You either get taken with us or killed.
As I say, we're not good people.
Roll to hit then, please.
Speak for yourself.
Hold fire. Rolling. 4.
4, yeah, no, that doesn't hit. That may surprise you, but no, that doesn't hit. So you fire off from the hip, as it were. You just pull out your pistol and fire from the hip and wildly miss Alan.
I'll do better next time.
Are you moving? Any other actions? What's happening?
I will, again, move a little bit to the left by a couple of feet. Just to dodge. Closer to Jeff.
Closer to Jeff, okay.
Shield, you know?
The visible Jeff.
Well, I mean, you probably can hide behind. Up next is Derek.
Okay, how close is Alan to me?
Alan's very close. He was within a couple of feet of you.
Within 5 feet?
Within 5 feet of you, yeah.
You can smell his breath.
Okay. I would like to attack Alan with a hand axe.
Poor Alan.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna fuck him up, right? I'm gonna
Roll to hit.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna attack Alan with the hand axe.
Okay, roll to hit.
That's a nat 20.
Oh, good work.
It's a nat 20.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage then.
Which is my 1d6 plus 3, so it'll be 2d6, and then an extra. Because of my sneak attack, it'll be like an extra d6 of damage.
Okay, but it's double your roll as well.
Yeah,
because it's crit.
So that's 4.
Yep.
That's 4 for the crit. So I rolled a 2.
Okay.
It's 4 for the crit. Plus 3, so it's 7 plus my sneak attack, which is another 6 on top.
Help me with the maths. What's
7,
that?
13.
13. So you swing your hand axe round as Alan was sort of knocked off balance by this shot. He kind of turned his back towards you to fire back into the undergrowth in Keth's direction, and you spinning like some sort of ninja assassin. You pull your axe out, like spin round, and bury it in his spine. And actually, you hear it split in two, and many ribs crack and disintegrate, piercing many things. And all that happens is that Alan goes completely rigid. A bubbling sound occurs, and then he collapses where he stands, stone dead.
Derek starts to rethink his life choices, and then turns to. So hold on. As a cunning action, as a bonus action to dash, disengage, or hide. I would like to. Is anybody else within attack of opportunity range?
No.
Okay. I would like to use my bonus action. I would like to move away from him into the forest, and then use my bonus action to hide.
Okay. Yeah.
Do I need to roll a stealth check?
I would, yes, please.
I think I do. Yeah. Not great. 11.
You sort of stand behind a tree that's a little bit skinnier than you are.
Thinner than I am.
Yeah. So, I mean, at a casual glance, you might not see you, but any determined look will definitely see one or both of your shoulders poking out from behind it.
That's fair.
Okay.
I think that's the end of my turn.
All right, then. Up next is one of the other guards. And he fires a musket at Malrus.
Can I shout, wait?
You can shout whatever you like. And rolls a 16.
Miss.
That must have been close. He
Wait!
18.
Wait. Do they wait?
That was waiting. What? Get on with it.
Sound. So I've got my pistol out at this point, and I'm going, wait, and I'm aiming it at one of them, and I see at this point we've got Keth and Malrus, who've both got weapons aimed at the 3 remaining guards, correct?
Yes.
Because Derek's just sunk himself back into the forest.
Well, only sort of.
So you've seen.
Sort of.
That's what's just happened. We
Not very
didn't want
well.
it to come to this. We didn't want to come to this. We just want to know a little bit more information. Now we've got 3 guns on 3 people. You've got 3 guns on 3 people. We have a ninja hiding, sort of maybe daring around in the way, who just split one of your guys, bubbling
Not
at the mouth.
over here. Don't look at this direction.
Can we just let's have a moment? No one else needs to die.
So far,
Okay.
you've killed one of ours.
Yes, because we just wanted to try and ask some questions. She was getting threatening. Then there was a bit of a... well, he sort of whistled, did say he was going to rob you, granted. But either way, no one else needs to die. No one else was the key word, else. So we don't want to hurt you. If you start shooting again, fine. We'll continue this. It'll end badly. We'll get through it. It's just going to be a lot easier for everyone, and you don't have to die. Please.
Roll persuasion.
Ooh, I've not seen this before.
It's a good tactic.
Okay. I'm just double checking my shades of Horatio Kane don't give me anything for
No.
persuasion.
No, they don't.
But I do get this. I get anyone who wants our deception checks box. Okay, 19 plus 4, which is 23.
Persuasion.
Goodness gracious.
He's a persuasive
That is
boy.
persuasive. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you
best you've
persuade
ever
the hell
rolled.
out of that. That might be the best roll you've ever made. And
Yeah, I
the
think
guards say, okay,
Yeah, I think it is.
we'll lower our weapons at the same time. Just on 3. Just 1, 2, 3. And they gradually start to
Derek.
lower their weapons.
Derek doesn't lower his weapon.
Okay.
I lower my weapon. I try and do the really cool. I'm gonna have to roll or something here because it's gonna go wrong.
Yep.
I want to do the really cool
God.
thing where you like flick the gun round and it's hanging off your finger, and it's sort of like, hey, look, I'm clearly not.
Roll dexterity.
He's going to shoot one in the face, isn't he? And we're going to
Yes,
just straight
he is.
back
Wanna
into combat.
Yeah.
Critical fail. Come on.
Bang.
Where's my dexterity? Dexterity. Oh no, that's the wrong one.
There is going to be a lottery
fair,
roll
I did
here if
just
he fails this.
I did just
plus one, so
cripple a man
17.
that can't get much worse.
17.
Yeah, I
Wow.
got rolled 16.
You got new
plus one.
dice, didn't you?
Who are
These
you?
ones are
Yeah, I
weighted.
have.
Who
I have
are
got new
you?
dice. I genuinely have got new dice.
Just take your shorts off more often. It makes you play better.
Chip plays best when he's half naked. That's the one. Right. Yeah. Okay.
lucky
You
it's the top half this
successfully do that thing with the pistol where you drop it over your finger.
I look cool. I convinced them, and I look cool, guys.
Yeah. Oh, let's just.
I'm opening a new bottle.
Yeah. They only think you're 7 out of 20 cool. So.
Oh, 7 out of 20. Oh, damn it.
Fairly cool,
Yeah.
but not quite
Yeah.
there.
Anyway,
Okay.
back to the peaceful privilege. Yeah, got it.
Well,
So one of the 3 remaining guards, they say, okay, you all just go back to the town. We'll stay here and deal with this. You just go back and no one else will
Still
die.
an initiative.
Well, at the moment, yes.
Don't
No, we
think
want to go
this
in
is
there.
going to work out.
Yeah, unfortunately, at this point, we kind of need to get to the governor's house. So,
Keth, question.
sort of why we're
Is Bill Snakespeare likely to have understood this temporary armistice?
I was thinking about this. I'm trying to think how I'm going to get him back.
What a question! What a question!
That's why I went quiet. Because we're thinking, how the hell am I going to get Bill back here? Like,
You went
I
quiet
asked.
in hopes that the DM would forget about you.
I ask because Bill Snakespeare's next in the list.
I guess. I don't know. I mean,
What's his intelligence?
Yeah, what is Bill Snakespeare's intelligence?
his intelligence.
What languages can he
he's pretty
speak?
His intelligence is. It's not 1. It's
But
2.
2?
It's 2.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go
12
ahead.
for wisdom.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say Bill Snakespeare doesn't necessarily understand this
I
armistice.
think he's got a point to prove right now.
I feel like we might need to... I think, yeah, Bill might be attacking someone.
I finally do well, and your snake fucks me.
So, yeah, okay.
the worst timing.
Can you please roll for Bill Snakespeare's attack on...
Go for goon number 1.
Hold on.
No, it's going to be on me, isn't it, or something silly like that.
Yeah, the one that's talking.
Okay, so we're going for anonymous henchman number 1.
Actually, hold on. Let me just check this. Hold on. There's how many of you there? There's 3 of them and 4 of you. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
There's 5 of us, James. He's a thing too.
Yeah.
Person 2.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
This
Fine.
goes well, though. His bite is pretty good. +6 to hit.
Yep.
And
Roll to hit then.
piercing damage, 3d4. Okay. So... Ooh.
He's smiling. It's irrelevant. He's smiling. James is smiling. It doesn't matter what you rolled.
Roll to hit.
Okay. 16.
That hits.
Hey.
Okay.
This might be Bill Snakespeare's first ever hit.
In he comes, streak as everyone's lowering their weapons, and then Bill just comes streaking in.
He's
Straight in the neck of this guy. Right,
Okay,
so I
roll
need to
damage.
roll.
Imagine if you got a crit.
I roll
Imagine if
3.
you
I roll
crit.
d4. No, it's just 3d4. Okay, right. So
So you roll d4 3 times.
I do.
Yep. 3d4
That's
is
2.
d4 3 times. Okay.
Put off the table. So I had a 2 first, then another 2, then a 1. That's a 5.
And then you also do poison damage.
Yes.
So we're gonna have to deal with some poison effects here.
Oh,
And he also has something called flyby,
Okay.
so he doesn't get an opportunity attack. He just flicks straight out of enemy's reach. You can't catch him on the way out. He just goes.
Can I
bang,
shock you?
And then he's out.
I wasn't prepared to have to deal with poison
whack-a-mole.
damage today.
I'm going to say neither was I. But here we are.
Okay.
I believe poison as a condition
Yep.
is a constitution check versus the damage.
Yep.
So if you pass it, you don't suffer it.
Okay. If he doesn't
But
pass it,
if he doesn't pass it, it's a disadvantage on all attacks and ability checks.
okay. Right. Okay. That was a 4.
Yeah, that's not great.
That's not gone well for
That's
him.
not great.
Bit, son.
So you've done
Great.
5 damage to him.
Bill has.
Yeah, well, Bill has, sorry.
Yeah, not you. That's
Credit
all.
where credit's due.
Yeah, the little guy's come good.
And your little Bill
in
Snakespeare
this
has poisoned him, so he's got disadvantage next time round when he goes to hit if he's still alive. Okay. And
proud of that
I
little
guess
guy.
with that, panic has ensued as a snake has flown out of the trees and bitten this guy seemingly on the face.
Snap, and then he's away.
What a strange sight. that would be, just a snake flying through the air.
And the guards are yelling, screaming, what the hell was that? Where did that come from? Where did he go? They are distracted, and one of the guards rolls a 5, trying to fire in Bill Snakespeare's direction. I'm guessing that doesn't hit.
No, it does not. He's a 14.
So, no, he misses. Unsurprisingly, he's firing a musket at a flying snake.
A black and white winged devil.
Yeah, totally misses. And up next is Jeff.
I'm so proud.
Still, sound.
So proud of Bill.
Now, I would
I'm
suggest that these guys are thoroughly distracted by the flying snake and have temporarily forgotten your existence. So I am going to give you advantage on whatever attack you decide to do, or whatever move, or whatever you decide to do next.
Your sudden armistice comes to an end.
You work so hard for it.
I know, and it was so impressive.
I mean,
not giving
you,
up.
you
I'm not
could
giving
choose to run away if that's what you choose to do.
I'm not giving up on it. I want peace. Damn it! No matter how it comes, peace. Kill them all if it means it.
The deathly
then-
silence of peace. Yes.
Yeah. However we
Nobody
accomplish
could
it.
argue if they're
To be
dead.
honest, I think we
quiet.
need it.
The sound of silence.
Yes, and the people bowed and prayed was the next good line there.
Yeah,
so
that's the
let's
one.
just keep going. So we're going to keep. I'm going to. If they're looking at the snake flying away, I'm going to sneak around the back of them towards sort of like the cabin. I want to be the cabin side of them.
Okay, roll stealth at advantage.
Nat 1.
So roll
I get
again.
an advantage. What a. I bet it's going to be better than a Nat 1. No!
Time to.
Don't say you
Two
just did
Nat
it
1s
twice.
on the trot.
Oh, that's got to be bad.
That is a 1 in 400 chance.
I hate to say it, but
I can't believe I even got cocky. I even got cocky. Like, it's definitely not going to be.
I can't.
2 nat ones on
It has to be doubly bad. You rolled a double nat 1.
Yeah.
Oh man. So
Dude.
as you're trying to sneak away, as you're trying to stealth while the guards are distracted,
Still running.
you.
Yes, come on.
Wait, I'm not going to save myself. Horatio Kane thingy. It's got to do something.
2 in a row. Oh, yeah.
You trip over a tree root, and
Can I smack him in the face this time?
you can smack him in the face whenever you want. In fact, when it's your turn next, you can choose to use your attack on him if that's what you so choose. As you fall and go flying over a tree root, something bad happens. You see...
No shit, Sherlock.
You see what...
2 nat 1s, and you find a puppy.
And you see what happens is your plastic sheriff's badge, which you've been wearing, lands awkwardly underneath you and snaps in two.
Oh, just... I never thought I'd experience a man at his lowest point.
You also take 4 bludgeoning damage and bloody your nose.
4 bludgeoning damage.
He is, for the listener, he is visibly crushed.
This is James's way of trying to get me to talk less by literally making me speechless. I genuinely miss it already. How will I?
No.
I'm sorry, you rolled
like
2
normal.
nat 1s in a row. I can't help
Pick it
you.
up. Pick it up.
To be honest,
and
I'm
we'll
just
glue it
happy
back
you just
together
chose
later.
that rather than the shades. If the shades had gone, I might have had to stop recording for the night. I'm not going to lie. I'd have definitely needed some recovery time on that one. But the badges just.
Don't
Umberly?
use tap in your chest. The badge is not there anymore.
Unbelievable. There anything you can do?
After battering with the Cranberry farmers, our heroes took a stand and turned out to be charmers, with a quick cash injection and a rousing speech. The next part of their quest felt within reach, but our heroes found themselves fighting the governor's guards. Then Jeff called a truce, and that shouldn't have been hard. But Bill Snakespeare attacked, and could Keth have been happier? Find out next time on Roll Britannia.